Hey KJ, Grayson Mann, ClemsonSportsNews.com. I just want to talk to what were the factors that led to your decision to return to Clemson, and what do you think that decision that speaks on what the Clemson culture means to you and the team as a whole?
Yeah, for my decision coming back, a big factor was definitely Coach Swinney. Obviously talks with my family and himself, but the biggest one was really just accepting the challenge of not only raising the bar for a defensive line myself in this defense, but really just getting to compete with so many talented guys. I think it's going to give me a great learning lesson going into the next level, being in a room with the guys who are just as talented as I am, and it's up to this point, it's raising my level of accountability and everything else on the football field, being with guys like Miles, X, Maskell. It's definitely made me a better player, and that was a challenge that was given to me in the off season, and it was just my job to just accept it.
KJ, right in front of you to your left, first row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. You mentioned Coach Swinney. What is it about his leadership that you take with you going into this season? Maybe those biggest learning lessons from the coaching staff, from Coach, as well as maybe some other people that have left something with you in a special way that you can take into a game when you need to.
Yeah, I think the biggest lessons I've learned from Coach, really just throughout my entire career, is how he treats all of us. He tells us all the time he's not going to treat us equally, but he's going to treat us fairly. And, that's really just a testament of learning and getting to know each player, each staff member he has, and doing the best he can to bring out the best in them. And that's probably the biggest lesson I learned in trying to lead, help lead the team in this defense is you can't really attack everybody the exact same way. People learn differently. People, understand things differently. And I have to get to know my teammates and my coaches in order to get the best out of everybody. And that's probably been the best thing I've learned from Coach Swinney over my time.
KJ, left side, third row.
Hey, Bob Holliday, WRL.com. KJ, the commissioner said this morning that bowls are important. You're one of just 2 ACC teams to win a bowl game. You won 10 games, and yet you've heard pundits and fans are calling 2021 a down year. How motivating is that?
That's awesome. I love that, honestly, because, like Coach Swinney said, we was about to help him pack. He's about to get fired for only winning 10 games last year. But like I've been saying all day, it's been awesome that that's the standard that we have for this program, that all the success we've had over the years has come to a point that now if we win 10 games, that's unacceptable. And I don't want that to change. I love what we were able to do last season with so much adversity that hit. And every game is important, especially, the last game of the season, playing for a bowl, no matter what it is another one that we get to hang up and say that we're victorious in. And we took that very seriously, and we're glad to get the win in the Cheez-It Bowl.
KJ, a question from the podium. A bachelor's degree in 3 years and a master's degree in 1 year. Where does that academic drive come from?
Definitely from Keith Henry and Nicole Henry, no doubt about it. Love my parents. More Nicole Henry than Keith. There's no doubt about that either. But honestly, I just saw my time at Clemson as filled with gratitude. And I think really anytime someone's going to take the time and the energy to invest in me, it's only right that I give my best foot forward. And that included me graduating in 3 years. Didn't really have any aspirations to get my master's, but knowing what I want to do in the future and the fact that that's the bar that my parents set for myself and my family, I knew I wanted to reach that as well. And as long as Coach Swinney going to keep paying for it, I'm going to keep learning. So we're going to do that.
So with that, is there a doctorate in your future at some point?
Ain't no doctorate, though. Ain't no doctorate.
Dr. Henry's got a
I'm
nice...
still learning. I'm still learning, but there's no doctorate. There's no doctorate coming.
Dr. Henry's got a nice ring to it. Other questions for KJ? If not, we'll keep it at the podium. KJ, 88 career tackles, 10 sacks, 5 pass breakups, 3 fumble recoveries. Is there something you've not accomplished statistically that you would like to this year?
When it comes from a statistics standpoint, I think there's a lot of things that I haven't accomplished that I want to. What exactly those are, I'm not sure myself. I think, when it comes to goals and what I aspire to do, usually it aligns with just the player I want to be. And I want to be the best teammate I can, the best leader I can for my guys, and really just be as consistent as possible. Usually when I align myself in those traits and try and be the best in those areas, statistically that shows up as well. And, in order to be the best of that this year, I think great stats will come from that.
Last question before we let you go. Wake surfing? What's the secret to being a good wake surfer?
It's all about balance, number one, and number two, it's really just getting over the I can't do it. I think I have a lot of teammates, a couple to my left, who can't get up on a wake surfboard, and half the problem is they just tell themselves they can't do it, and that's kind of what I figured out is, I'm gonna get this thing done. So it's definitely, being on the lake in Clemson is what I love to do, especially during the summer, because there's nothing else to do. And it's something I enjoy, no doubt about it.
Thank you. Let's switch it up with Jordan and see if Jordan